All right, easy 4-1 in the friendly league. We're gonna take the gloves off now and get knocked out in the competitive league here. Santa's great. Watch them be playing Jund, and this could have been Leyline of Sanctity. Yeah, Anger of the Gods is fine against Jund or Dredge. It's just Dredge isn't a very popular deck in the format right now. Armageddon. Silumgar Scorn. I've registered Silumgar Scorn in Modern, believe it or not. We 4-1'd the league with Glittering Witch ad Nauseam. And remember, if you don't catch all of our leagues, you can always check them out on the YouTube channel after the fact. Just like we drew it up. Just like we drew it up. Ooh, our Pact of Negation's probably going to be good against Celestial Colonnade, chat. I think our Pact of Negation's going to be good. Ooh, our Unlife's going to resolve. This is so exciting. Who's excited, chat? We're so unlucky, only going to have a turn 4 kill instead of a turn 3 kill. I don't think that's strictly true, Wax Papers. I think it does that far less than Blood Moon does. So let's say your opponent back to basics you. Your fetch lands in your hand can still get basic lands, so you can still continue playing Magic. So 9 months as a Twitch baby, does that mean I'm in my terrible twos with the 26-month resubscription? Thanks a lot, welcome back, I do appreciate it. Yes, you also can't use Mana Confluence to make mana if you're at a negative health total. City of Brass is strictly better than Mana Confluence in this deck. It is strictly better in every way. Why is that, Be Rich? And they like 0% have 2 counter spells this turn, right? So I should just kill them. Can you even just pay for Mana Leak here? Can pay for Logic Knot? Just stone nothing. Nice control deck, opponent. Sweet. Sweet control deck. GG, WP. Man, we took so many turns this game. I'm gonna wear out my mouse or my finger, one of the two. My opponent cast 2 cantrips, chat. Was it good for you? It was good for me. I got there. Turn 7 format. They took 3, I took 4, you know? Fair and balanced. I have 3 Pact of Negations. So I just like get the Lab Mac kill. I just do the Lab Man kill. Yeah, haven't done a Lab Man kill yet. Let's do it. Yeah. That's way less clicking. Style points matter. Alright, so never not echoing truth, right? And I want these thought seizes as well. Hey, silent stream so hyped. The only obnoxious person here is me now. That is correct. Wallblarzer with the 2-month Twitch Prime resubscription. Thank you very much for sending your Amazon fun money this way. this way again this month. No, Unlife only gives you poison counters if you take damage. Trim and Unlife and a Prism, really? And then what else am I boarding out here? If that's the case, I would just want to board out Spoils of the Vault. Is that a thing I want to do? Godhead of Awe is for, like, Eldrazi and decks with disruptive creatures, I'd imagine. I feel like I want to just, like, trim the spoils, right? The Laboratory Maniac is an alternate win condition that lets you win the game without having to target your opponent with a Lightning Storm. You also occasionally spoils past your Lightning Storm and need a second win condition. They don't have any creatures that we need to kill with Lightning Storm. Easy cut. Godhead is for Death Shadow. That makes sense too. It's not for blue-white control. Things that it's not for blue-white control. This hand seems bad, right? Like, Gemstone Minus or opening land in this matchup seems really bad. This feels like a game that's going to go long on average. I just want to, like, hit my land drops and eventually overwhelm them in a single turn. So I think this is a mulligan. Two Guides is bad as well. That's a fair assessment. This hand's pretty good. Turn 1 Lotus Bloom plus Thoughtseize and a cantrip. I get to scry. I'm gonna bottom that. There's plenty of lands in our deck. Yeah, I boarded an Echoing Truth. You should always board an Echoing Truth in this deck. 100% of the time. You should always board an Echoing Truth. Oh, you know what? I was going to turn off my noise gate filter because it was causing some popping. This is close. I'm supposed to take the land here, right? The Angel's Grace gives me the instant speed win, but it's probably just supposed to be the land. Like, we're playing for a long game, right? I just want to make all my land drops. It kind of sucks that I played my land before casting this, but I really didn't want them to mana leak my Sleight of Hand. And I think if I cast Sleight before playing a land drop, they might be incentivized to mana leak my Sleight of Hand. Idril Gideon, that was easily their best draw. No, I intentionally played my land because I didn't want them to mana leak my Sleight of Hand. But I really needed to find a land there. Huh. I'm gonna bottom that. We're gonna make line drops like that, and those. The Gideon kind of matters. The Gideon means I need slightly more mana when I go off, because yeah, he's a 2-mana tax on our combo. He also kills us. Like, he kills us in 5 turns. Yeah, mana's often a bottleneck in this deck. Deal. Oh, I don't have a swamp in this deck. Okay. Do I cast Laboratory Maniac as a way to pressure Gideon here? I think I do. Oh, this is coming into play this turn too, right? Here's a Drone Gate. They have Sphinx Rev, Mana Leak, and then one card I don't know. Deal. It's an investment right there. Investing in my mana future. I'm just bottoming that. We're dead in 5 to Gideon. No, I think I'd rather have the Lotus Bloom in play. Lotus Bloom makes double black. Whoa, that's rude. That's... Yep, that happened. Land D hype question mark. Thanks for the bit, Zach. Oh, my back is not happy with sitting. Woo, but my legs are tired. All right, we're gonna sit up straight. Try and make the back happy. I'll stand up again in a little bit. Don't get old, people. It's not a good scene. 10 out of 10 would recommend not being old. Got a threat of some sort? Rude. I think we're gonna die to this Gideon. I think this is secretly one of the biggest upgrades this blue-white control deck has gotten in a long time. Yeah, I could have Slim Weezy, but I want the bloom. Is that 2? Ah, that's forever from now. Am I just jump blocking this? I think I'm jump blocking this. We actually kind of don't want them to hit land drops here, because land drops let them turn on Celestial Colonnade. And I have Lightning Storm in my deck. You're the first person I've heard that said that, Beckno. It's a good draw. Nah, Field of Runes was a big, loud update. Everyone's been like, everyone and their mother's been like, oh my god, Field of Runes. Like, no one's really said anything about, like, old Gids here. No one's really said a word about old Gids. He's just quietly been chugging along, killing combo decks like nobody's business. And this is why we thought Seize their Vendilion click on one, because ideally I wanted to like keep their pressure off, so them ripping the Gideon to play on turn 3 to really apply a clock was very good here. I believe that means we're dead. I'll take a draw step here, but I'm pretty sure we're on the 0 outer with that Stony Silence. It was interesting that they 10 out of 10 have another counterspell too, right? Because they wouldn't have negated that Pentad Prism with this in hand otherwise. I guess if they don't have another counterspell, this sticks, and that gives us some time. Not even Echoing Truth in my deck. Yeah, Field of Ruin does what stupid people claim Blood Moon does. Field of Ruin is a card that actually punishes greedy mana bases. It gives you the ability to play around it, and it only punishes people that are actually greedy. Whereas, like, Blood Moon just punishes people that want to put lands in their deck. Blood Moon punishes people that want to play more than mountains. Yeah, the desk is great. I feel like the people that watch Magic the Gathering on Twitch probably very much hit the overlap of like people that spend a lot of time using the computer. So like, I feel like there's a lot of Twitch viewers that like standing desk is a reasonable market for. I think Death and Taxes is a very bad legacy deck. I think the only reason it sees any amount of play is because it's much cheaper to build than most of the other legacy decks. I think if you want to build a budget legacy deck that's not terrible, you should look into Turbo Depths. I think Turbo Depths is the most reasonable, budget-friendly deck list. Yeah, but I mean, the Angel's Grace could time warp later too, right? Have a ban. Have a ban. Get out of here. Hogland is wrong. I'm not going to tell you why Hogland is wrong, but he's wrong. This isn't the rest of the internet. If you want to tell me I'm an idiot, you have to say, Death and Taxes isn't poorly positioned because, and then use your words like a fucking adult. Yeah, if you're not an adult, you don't get to talk in my chat. You get to go in the corner like the child that you behaved like, and think about what you did. Think about what you did. Come back when you're constructive and useful. Oh geez, did I miss one? What was the one I missed? What did the other one say? No, it doesn't, Zach. I hate results-oriented thinking. People, Death and Taxes does well at Magic tournaments because people play it because it's cheap, or because it's cheap, or because it's a deck they love playing. Like formats like Modern and Legacy are the formats where people constantly play decks that aren't good, but they just enjoy playing them. Because remember, Magic is about more than just winning. So if Death and Taxes, if you pick up Death and Taxes and you proxy and you're like, I really like playing this deck and this deck is fun, then yes, Death and Taxes is a fine deck to play in Legacy because you like the play style of the deck. That is perfectly reasonable. It is a competitive tier 2 deck. Its power level adjacent to the decks in the format that are not budget friendly is bad. It is weak compared to the good decks in Legacy right now. Hey, J Robes. Look, it's the best way to support Jeff's content. Yes, it is. Thanks for the 2-month free subscription. I do appreciate that, and welcome back. That feels really bad. Dredge and Burn are also worse than Death and Taxes. Like, Death and Taxes is a tier 2 deck, but like, if you're looking to get into Legacy on power level, selling someone Death and Taxes as a tier 1 deck on power level is disingenuous. It's disingenuous. Man, that sucks. They had another spreading seas. We maybe could have gotten them. No, Jason Modern is a 4-mana card that doesn't have a meaningful impact on the board most of the time when you play it, so it's bad. I like Griselbrand. I think Griselbrand's a great combo deck. Oh, I should have cast the Spirit Guide as a blocker. Yeah, 10 out of 10. Fuck that up. This doesn't do anything, right? I'm pretty sure it doesn't do anything. We just die on my next turn. Yeah. Things did not line up well there for us. I took a couple of bad, small percentage plays. But they definitely didn't line up fantastically for us. Yeah, that build looks fine. That build looks fine. I feel like you're never supposed to board out Spoils the Vault. Why, Burgle? Because it just, like, finds you what you're looking for? You think I should cut the Pentads? I was kind of thinking I liked the Pentads. You think the Spoils are better? Maybe that's fine. That's fair. We know they're on Stony Trim Pentad. I think you can just assume most of these white decks are on Stony, so maybe that's just like the go-to trim. Sand's great, right? I don't think Jace is bad in the format. I do think Jace is not the overwhelming, going to be rebanned monster that a bunch of professional players were complaining that it was going to be. Like, even Corey Burkhart, who was, like, pretty adamant against the card being reintroduced to the format, like, spent time testing for the mocks and then came to the conclusion that I only want one copy of this card in my deck. Okay, Spoils for Pact is a good thing to point out. I kept the Spirit Guide there because we might just be able to get them if they tap out early. Yeah, Jace is very good if you are not behind, but it's very hard for the types of decks that Jace slots into to not end up behind in the early game. Yeah, we have an Echoing Truth in our deck to take Gideon off the table. Am I just casting this Unlife into open mana here? What do we think? Do you want to cast Unlife into open mana or just pass the turn? I think I want to just pass the turn, right? You'd cast it? Really? Just like Ravenscream? Ravenscream for a counterspell? And if they don't have a counterspell and I draw an untapped land, I kill them? Okay, yeah, I'd buy that for $1. The upside is high, and the downside is low. The downside's just like Ravenscream and Mana Leak. Jace really doesn't fix problems that these decks have, is a big part of his problem. We are in game 3 of the first match, Justin Mutton. This match has taken almost as long as the first 3 matches in the first league we played. It's okay. Jace is a fine finisher in control decks. What he's not is a terrifying card that takes over the game all on his own where you're behind. That's what he doesn't do. There's things Jace does and things Jace doesn't do, and take over the game all on his own is something he doesn't do. This is just to pass the turn, right? Feels really bad to miss a land drop. No, I don't think we want more turn 2 combo decks in Modern. I think there are plenty of things Modern could stand to have, but more turn 2 combo decks is not on the list. There's only one Pentad Prism in my deck, Burgle, so I'm definitely not casting spoils for it. That sounds like suicide. I'm not sure there's a card you can print to make Jace offensive in Modern. Like, it's just a fine, powerful finisher. Four mana sorcery speed cards that resolve and continue to exist in Modern, take over and win the game, and that's okay. You can, I don't believe we've played that, but as always, you can check my YouTube channel to see if that's something we've played. I've said on multiple occasions that Bloodbraid Elf is the more impactful card in Modern. I stand by that assessment. Bloodbraid Elf does what you're looking to do in Modern more than Jace does. Bloodbraid Elf is a card that generates tempo for you, as opposed to being a card that's like not going to be good. Bloodbraid Elf is a card that can catch you up when you're behind. I think I actually want to bottom that, right? I need another black source. Just need a black source. Laboratory Maniac doesn't win you the game unless you draw a card, Wax Papers. So Ad Nauseam doesn't draw cards, it puts cards into your hand. I think Daze would be really obnoxious in Modern. We've definitely felt like I definitely wished I had a swamp against this Field of Rune deck. I think if you're expecting to play against a bunch of Field of Rune decks, then having a swamp is a fine hedge. That's a good way to have put it, Zintoth. Jace shuts the door, BBE blasts it open. I like that. That is suspect. Untap Black Source. Tilt. Definitely wish we had a basic swamp in our deck. If they're smart, they're never going to tap out. If they're smart, they're never going to tap out from here on out. We don't have a plains in our deck either. Just as an FYI, there's only 2 islands in this build. Black Source. That's a miserable draw. That's a miserable draw. Feeling like we're in a pretty bad spot here. Need black mana and ideally Pact of Negations. Get through their first counterspell. I do just have 2 Ad Nauseams, right? So, like, if we hit a black mana next turn, we could go, like, cast it and then do it again. There aren't swamps in our deck. I'll be right back, chat. Think we're dead? Feeling pretty dead. Oh wait, this is the, wait, oh, they're just end-stepping this to increase the clock. So someone asked about betting the mana base. Yeah, we're just dead to that Field of Ruin. I genuinely looked at the mana base and just like don't have experience with the deck, so I couldn't have told you. Again, like this mana base seems fine. The only reason we were having trouble there making black mana was because our opponent was pressuring us with Field of Runes. So I think if I was expecting to play against Field of Runes, I'd have thought about that. All right, I'm just fucking timing you out. Get out of here. Use your words. Act like a child. Be put in the corner like a child. Double Island makes no sense in this deck because, and then be an adult and tell me why Double Island doesn't make any sense. If you just want to sit there and fling poo like a monkey and tell me I'm wrong, you're going to get treated like a monkey who flings poo and get put in the corner. Big shout out to everyone else who's a respectable human being and not a monkey flinging poo in the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Jeff Hoagland. If you're enjoying this stream, please make sure you hit that follow button. It doesn't cost you anything. If you're really enjoying the stream, please consider subscribing on Twitch. Subscriptions are the best way you can support my content here. My subscribers are the reason I'm able to do what I do as often as I do it. You can also support my content by supporting my sponsors, mtgotraders.com. We'd love to buy and sell Magic Online cards with you. If you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using code Jeff12, you can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, and sleeves. Steam Flogger Boss with the flinging poo bits. Thank you very much. And finally, this stream is made possible by viewers like Anoronics and you. Anoronics would like to remind you to hit that follow button if you want to know when I'm going live. I usually stream anywhere between 4 and 7 days a week, a lot of afternoons and then random evenings and mornings as well. So give me a follow on Twitch or Twitter for notifications and pictures of what decks you're going to be playing when I always tweet out when we're changing decks and what decks we're planning to play that day. I always love the people where they're like, he didn't even give me a chance to explain myself. It's like, you could have explained yourself before you pressed enter the first time. Yeah, see, like that's a great explanation. Commander X-Vec. I'm just gonna call you Commander. Commander Rex? Commander. The Commander's explanation is good there. They play planes because it allows them to play through Blood Moon better, and that makes sense to me. Yeah, I think this kind of time period, this like start about 3 o'clock Central Standard Time and go until 9 or 10 in the evening, that's going to be kind of one of my regular slots moving forward. Full Metal Add Up with the 9-month resubscription. Thanks a lot and welcome back. I do appreciate the continued support. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Tron opponent mulligan to 5, it looks like here. We were looking for just acceleration at this point, right? And now we're looking for like spirit guides and stuff like that. This matchup is good for us, but they could turn 3 Karnas and take our Prism away. They could definitely turn 3 Karna and take some of our Prisms away. Well, I'm actually just going to keep that, right? Because, like, I have this extra Angel's Grace, so that lets me use Angel's Grace as a Force of Will. Cheers because reasons. Holiest of hats, thank you very much for the bits. I do appreciate that. Thanks for helping support my content here. All right, yep, mulligan to 5, turn 3 Tron. So again, because we kept this Pact of Negation, I'm going to go ahead and cast this Pentad Prism, and then we can basically use Pact plus Angel's Grace to like force their turn 3 card in here if they have it, paying off the City of Brass. And if it's a Worm Coil, that's just going to resolve because we don't care. Some kind of X-Spell. Interesting. Okay, yeah, I didn't look at Sneaky's mana base, but again, like, and Sneaky's like the person that all they do is grind this deck. They don't have a swamp in their deck either, which is what we really needed. Which is what we really needed in that last game. All right, well, we don't really care about this. There's another Pentad Prism. Yep. So put this Pentad Prism into play, and then play the Temple, and then kill them next turn. They cast a Sylvan Scrying. They didn't have naturals. Yeah, I believe that too, right? Like, this deck just has, it has a bunch of ways to make black mana between Pentad Prism and Lotus Bloom, so, like, I wouldn't be surprised if not running Swamp is correct on average in this deck. Like, I don't have experience with it, so I'm definitely just going to defer to people with more experience than me, because that's what you should do as a Magic player when you're starting out. You should defer to people that have more experience than you in areas where you're not 100% familiar with what's going on. Yes, yeah, pacting anything is free here, because we're going to be Angel's Gracing next turn anyways. Sure. 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 Stop it. Now the ballista play makes sense. Yeah, they probably just weren't expecting counter magic out of our ad nauseam deck, right? Alright, so what am I doing here? This is a Thoughtseize matchup. Probably not an Echoing Truth matchup, right? Or do you just always? If you hold on the yes keybind, you draw your deck 10 times faster. That's good to know. Yeah, Pact is pretty standard, but that doesn't mean my opponent's necessarily familiar with it. Always board in Echoing Truth. That's probably words to live by. Words to live by. Trim Unlife. Trimming Unlife makes sense. It's not particularly good against their like O-stones and stuff. Nah, I think Recall is narrow. I'm just gonna split these packs with the Thoughtseize 2/2 and call it a day. Nature's Claim. That's a good one to think about. So don't go off. Well, this hand is excellent. This hand is quite good. Godhead of Awe is for decks that are killing you with creatures, because generally they won't have removal on their deck post board. No Tron land on one. That's... Opponent also mulligan to 5. The mana cost is relatively new. The mana cost is relatively new. So do I want to scry here, or do I want to just Thoughtseize them? I kind of want to Thoughtseize them in case they have like some kind of random hate piece, right? Just like make sure their hand is garbage. I'm just gonna make sure their hand is garbage. Yeah, there's also a chance like something like this happens where like I get one of the only live cards in their hand. Well, we do need to find a Angel's Grace to go off, right? You do value ad nauseams occasionally. Google reward survey gave me some bits money asking if Jeff plays Doran is a good video for me. Here you go. Nice. So play Pented Prism out here. Yes, City of Brass is strictly better in this deck than Mana Confluence because Mana Confluence can't make mana while you have less than 0 health. Ooh, they drew Nature's Claim. Okay, I'm kind of glad they killed my Prism instead of something else, especially while I have the what's it called, suspended, the Lotus Bloom. You can also float mana off City of Brass and then respond to its triggers with a spell using the mana it's made, which is pretty important. Well, I mean, now I just Demonic Tutor for Angel's Grace and then kill them next turn, right? Right? There's like a world where I exiled too many lands doing that, or my Lightning Storm and can't kill them, but I think it's probably worth going for. Man, what a tilt. What a tilt. I just bottomed an ad nauseam off this Temple of Enlightenment. Man, that was a good rip. That was a good rip. It's fine. We've got a lot of live draws here. They took my spoils. Alright, well now I'm glad we bought him the ad nauseam. I mean, we're not playing this deck to not go for it, right? It's called Angel's Grace, right? That's what this card is called. Yeah. For fuck's sake. For fuck's sake. I could never play this deck in a tournament. Holy shit. Oh, man. This hand's actually pretty good. This game's actually pretty good, right? You didn't prompt chat. There were 4 of them in our deck, chat. There were 4 of them. All right, I topped the Serum Visions here. I mean, yup. Yup. Yep, yep, yep. Yep, yep, yep. Hey, Dr. Shenanigan with the Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you very much and welcome. As always, subscriptions are the best way you can support what I do here. I mean, I just take Dulamog, right? It doesn't really matter. Hey, Staver with the brand new $4.99 a month subscription. Thank you very much and welcome. I do appreciate that. Oh, that's true. No, I can't, right? They need another mana. They need 5 mana to blow a stone up. Because these are coming in next turn, right? Yeah. Yeah, we just killed them before they can do this. What is it? Someone said the hotkey was 1. My yes hotkey is bound to 3, apparently. Yeah, look at that. I can just hold it down. This is such a quality of life improvement. This is such a quality of life improvement. We gave them the freebie in the middle there to make them feel like they were in it. Gave them. Moto definitely lags while I hold down the yes button, though. What's our RAM usage, Moto? It's actually not that high. 1600 MB is not that much. You wish to repeat this process? No. I'm gonna thought seize them really quick here just to make sure the coast is clear, make sure no shenanigans happens. Or are they just like planning on pitching their lands? We have enough to kill them through that, right? Where's my other thing that makes red mana? There's another thing in here that makes red mana somewhere, chat. The thought sees cost you health and you're pretty low, right? Yeah, either works. Either works. The lab man would have been less clicking, so I guess I should have done that. It's the little things, right? Thanks everyone for hanging out. Good evening, Shaz Doom. We're 2 matches into our second league here. Played a Glittering Wish at Nauseam variant first, and we're playing through this deck now. After this league, we're going to play a Bloodbraid Death Shadow deck. Different take on Traverse Shadow that did well at the Pro Tour. More Trot opponents, please, right? Easy mulligan. This Guardian's a fine keep, right? It's got one combo piece, it's got a cantrip, it's got some Scrylands. This is definitely a keep. We get a scry here. Probably don't want a second pact in the dark. I think I want to just dig for ad nauseams. Definitely not looking for another unlife. It's a good tip, Derek. Thank you for that. Good suggestion. Higher chance to get that bloom going, which is important. Well, that's why you always board in your Echoing Truth. So that way when you draw your deck, you could just Echoing Truth their thing and kill them. Just what the doctor ordered. I mean, that's true of any A-B deck, right? When you don't have the A or the B, you're gonna be in a little bit of trouble. Yeah, this is definitely an A-B combo deck. Ad nauseam's like the type of deck where like your opponent's always going to have it and you're never going to have it, right? Ooh, Scapeshift is a very good matchup for this deck because Angel Grace counters their combo kill. Having played the Scapeshift side of this matchup many times, if you don't have Slaughter Games in your Scapeshift deck, you're gonna have a real bad time in this matchup. I'm not sure that the wish adds anything meaningful to the Ad Nauseam shell, but we also really didn't play any matches where the wish would have shown. Alright, well, if we draw an untapped land, we can kill them next turn. So the Spirit Guide's lethal, right? Because we get to play a land, so we'll draw our whole deck, and I can pitch 2 Spirit Guides plus a land. Plus play a land to kill them. Right? That sounds right. There is a deck list on your screen. If you're on mobile, type !deck in chat and you'll be able to get to it. So Magic Online gets the jitters here while I hold down the S key. Don't unban Jace, it will kill. Our opponent's Jace was so unfair. We should send video of this game to Wizards R&D and be like, why would you let this happen, Watsy? You've ruined Magic the Gathering. Where is my gemstone mine? Play that one. Pitch this one. To you concede the game, right? Alright. Not gonna make me go through the motions. I appreciate you, opponent. I think the Espergorio's deck is clunky and awkward. We actually played it at some point in the last month, I believe. You should check my YouTube channel and see how it went. So this is definitely a Thoughtseize plus Packed In matchup. What am I cutting? Nah, I don't think this is a leyline matchup. Their combo's pretty bad against us. You just trim prisms? That makes sense. That makes sense. They're gonna bring in like nature's claims and stuff. But just do this. That's probably fine. I actually had a game in a top 8 of a classic one time where my opponent had to go off with spoils and I had 3 lands in my hand and they exiled just enough lands off their spoils to the vault that I killed them with their own lightning storm, which was great. It's like, excellent. I think Collective Brutality is a fine card. It depends on the context of the deck that you're playing it in, Sinaz. If you're playing a deck that can get value out of escalating it, it's usually pretty good. Nah, Temur Shift isn't going to have Slaughter Games. The old Bring to Lightscape Shift, they usually had Slaughter Games on the board, though. I mean, yeah. Yeah. It's like looking for some pact negations and stuff, right? Maybe Angel's Graces to counter their combo. Yeah, not looking for more mana. Corrosive Grip. You just like take your middle fingers and point them to the sky while you did it. Just like, who's got split second now, bitch? So Angel's Grace is split second counter escape shift kill, which is nice. Which they're ramping up pretty quickly here. Fast combo kill is definitely their best way to win the game. Pentad Prism's a pretty good draw. That sets me up to win next turn, right? So I definitely just Pentad Prism here. Lets me hold up Angel's Grace 2 just in case. Yeah, we had 2 different people donate for Ad Nauseam, so we're playing a second league, and then we're going to be changing to some Jund Shadow after this. I don't know, it's been a while since we played a good combo deck on the stream. And like now, we get to play the cat and mouse game where if they ever don't have counter spells up, I just get to Ad Nauseam and kill them. Which is a fun cat and mouse game to play. Do I want to cast this Phyrexian on life? Do I want to cast this Phyrexian on life? I feel like I don't, right? I feel like I just want to go land go. Just like island pass. And then if they like Cryptic Command for some reason. Yeah, the Unlife could bait a counterspell. The problem is I don't want them to like Cryptic, counter Unlife, bounce my Prism, untap, kill me. They are only on 6 lands though, and they only have 1 green source. So to kill me, they'd have to go second green source, search for tomorrow. Just gonna play the land and pass here. Yeah, but I mean, like, if they're not comboing me, I really don't care, right? I really just don't want to play into a Cryptic Command here. Nah, Temur Escape Shift doesn't usually play Prismatic Omen. That's more of a red-green Valakut deck thing. Yeah, I agree. I think I like just passing the turn here, because if they go to use their mana, I just kill them in response. What's going on, folks? Hope the qualifier. Hope everyone's having a great afternoon or evening wherever you're at in the world. Hanging out playing some Modern here tonight. We're going to finish up this Ad Nauseam League, and then we're going to play I'm gonna place some with some blood braids, and you got a sweet band tempo deck someone sent in, so a lot of good things to come. Second white source is pretty good here for us. We are past turn 3 in Modern. What is going on, right? So we're just looking for Pact of Negations and more Angel's Graces at this point, so definitely bottoming another land here. Yep, yeah. If they go to kill us with Scape Shift, I just let the Scape Shift resolve. They put the triggers on the stack. I Angel's Grace. I untap, go on life ad nauseam, kill you. Yeah, so this looks like the go for it turn, and then we'll kill them on our untap here. So let them resolve their Scape Shift here. Oh yeah, I just get to kill them. Well, yeah, I just get to do it during their next phase. Yeah, we can add nauseam right away. Yeah, you're right. God, this deck is so sweet. Instant speed kills are phenomenal. So unfortunately, I have to wait for my opponent to stack all of these, right? So it feels like I'm being a dick, but they're actually just getting Angel's Graced. Hey, Basic Shades with the branded Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. I do appreciate that. As always, subscriptions are the best way you can support what I do here. Yeah, they have floating mana here. So I'm going to go to 1, and then when they change phases, I'll add Nauseam. But Angel's Grace's effect is still in effect until end of turn, so I'll be able to add Nauseam like during their enter combat when their mana pool empties. This matchup's very tough from the Scape Shift side. Very tough from the Scape Shift side. So we'll let all of these resolve. We'll let our opponent change phases. They're trying to bounce my Prism, which is a good play on their part, but I'm just going to kill them in response here. And they concede because they know they're dead in response. All right, sweet. So we're 2-1, which puts us up to 6-2 with ad nauseam variants on the day. This deck seems very reasonable. Yeah, this matchup, if they're not playing Bring to Light with Slaughter games, the matchup is basically impossible from the Scape Shift side. Having played it from the Scape Shift side multiple times, it is very bad for Scape Shift. I clicked yes, Magic Online. Would you like to give me cards? Would you like to give me cards, Magic Online? It might be time for Magic Online to take a nap. It might be time for Magic Online to take a nap real quick. Alright, yeah, let's kick the child here real quick. I'll load it back on up. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Sorry for, you know, Magic Online, doing Magic Online things. Let's get logged back in here. We're not going to do a full sponsor plug. I just don't want y'all seeing my login screen. Because Moto lacks two-factor authentication, so... Because it's 1995. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Am I still connected? Do y'all see me? Does anyone in chat see me still? If you can hear me, you should say something. Twitch says I'm connected. OBS says I'm connected. Anyone? Bueller? Uh-oh. Yeah, so my Twitch chat's disconnected. One of my buddies just messaged me on Facebook and said, I'm still live. I can't connect to Magic Online, though. Am I having like a partial... My web browser's still working. We see you. My chat's not working. What the fuck is going on? Twitch plus MTGO running on the same server confirmed. Alright, maybe we're back. That's so... I didn't drop a single frame. Zero forever with the cheer. Thank you for the bits. It's kinda coming back. Alright, they finally banned me. Thank you for the resub, Nightworm. 3 months and welcome back. The chat's alive again. MG Philly with the 21-month resubscription. Thank you, and welcome back. Did they finally ban me? I don't... Is anyone else playing Magic Online and having issues? The chat started coming back up again. I'm not sure if I'm having connection issues because like Twitch hasn't dropped anything. Everything on my web browser works. But the Magic Online is completely dead here apparently. I have nothing. Well, that's unfortunate. Maybe I'll re-kick it one more time. The Magic Online Twitter hasn't tweeted anything, right? Did my Twitch chat die again? Yeah. Well, that sucks. Well... I guess I'm gonna try rebooting, because that's what you do when something doesn't work on Windows, right? You reboot it. So I guess I'm going to sign off and reboot my computer and be back in a second. So thank you and sorry for the delay. Not really sure why shit isn't working. Check 1282. Sorry, I wasn't muted. Windows is a giant steaming... I fucking auto-passed without playing my Lotus Bloom because I was trying to fix my microphone. Just... Sorry for the hot mess here. On Windows, I have to plug and unplug my microphone whenever I reboot. I mean, our hand's actually very good. He took the Lotus Bloom. Fair deal. The computer got a virus from all the bad decks, right? I mean, as far as draws go, those are towards the top. That was weird. Anyone that knows anything about the Windows operating system know what I should look for to try and prevent what just happened from happening again in the future? That's never happened where I'm on Linux before. I've said like a partial network shortage is basically the only way I can describe it, really. All right, untapped land, kill you. All right. Remember that time we were rushing and forgot to play our Lotus Bloom on one, and then we just dumpstered them anyways? That's true. It could have just been a Moto thing. It very well could have just been a Moto thing. God bless them not making us click through it. They really could have, since we're timing out. I didn't suspend that Lotus Bloom because I didn't need it. Is this a Fatal Push Godhead of Awe matchup? I feel like they're going to bring in a bunch of Shatters for these, and I kind of just want these. Is that insane? Is it insane to do this? People who may or may not have more experience with this deck than me. Right when Minecraft out? Okay, maybe they had a server hiccup. They definitely have server hiccups on the regular, so maybe I didn't need to reboot. Well, Spirit Guide, you can't cut Spirit Guide because then you can't combo. I think this feels like it makes the most sense to me. Jund doesn't play Delve threats. That's not a thing. No, I think Bloom's really good. Just play Godhead. It doesn't have to be correct. No, we need an alternate win condition. Maybe I'm supposed to leave a Pact of Negation in. This is a competitive league. We're currently 2-1. I think this hand's a mulligan because we have 4 ley lines in our deck. It's like kind of medium anyways. I think I'm gonna mulligan because I have ley lines in my deck. Punish for trying to mulligan. Okay. Alright. Fucking card, man. I think this and Tron are both very reasonable Modern decks. I think Tron's probably one of the better decks in Modern right now, though, so... Bobby! Lead on Slight in case we find a Fatal Push. Spoils. I think I'm in the market for spoils here. Looking for Ad Nauseam at this point. Does anyone know of a free tool on Windows that will let me merge two video files together into one? On Linux, I just use FFmpeg from the command line. Does FFmpeg run on Windows? I'm actually not sure. That's a good question. All right, we probably can't win the game anymore, right? Guess we'll give it the college best. That's something that's installed by default, I'm guessing, Windows Movie Maker. Oh, I guess binning the City of Brass means I don't have double black, huh? Yeah, I'm just gonna concede. I fucked this up. I'm drawing lots of cards, have Lilianas and stuff. Let's run it back here. Isn't a tool, it's an MTGO. God, this hand is so terrible. This hand is so terrible. It has a leyline in it. Leyline just buys us infinite time, right? I think you should just have more redundant copies of your combo pieces, Zero. I think not playing 4 Pentad and not playing on life feels really wrong. Because I didn't think about them having Liliana. Oh, that's the start of our combo, right? It feels bad scrying things that we know we're keeping to the top, but it is what it is. No Bob, no Bob, no Bob. That's really bad for us. This will allow them to not only pressure us, but also draw more cards, potentially interact with us later. Not looking for mana at this point, looking for Ad Nauseam. We'll need mana too, but there's way more mana than Ad Nauseams in our deck, so just like bottoming non-Ad Nauseam feels good here. Hi, Wave. What do you want to do for dinner tonight?
I don't know, I'm starving.
Hi, me too.
I can't go out until the kids are in bed.
Get something delivered.
Anything that's delivered.
Your life sounds so hard.
Tell Maddie to come over and stream with you and you can bring me dinner in the morning.
You could message him.
Is he watching? Maddie, are you watching?
We're pretty dead to a Liliana here, right? We just like can't beat it grinding through our hand. Oh, that's not good for us.
What's all this?
Those are top bits for the week.
How come... Oh, I thought it was just of all time.
It used to be. They changed it.
Oh, okay. Because our friend isn't there. Mr. Anoronics. He's going to be upset. Was he upset when his name disappeared?
I don't know. He's been busy lately.
Hello.
You should call Matt and find out if he's going to bring us food or if you should order something. 'Cause I'm hungry. I'm fat and I'm hungry.
Was he planning on coming over?
I don't know. Probably not. All right, we're 2-2. We're 2-2. I'm gonna make a note and probably file for comp for that because that.
Chat, what should I eat for dinner?
We got messed up.
I think French fries.
French fries.
We do need cupcakes. You're right. Little Caesars. What kind of people are you? Chipotle doesn't deliver.
We conceded there because our opponent had clock and disruption.
Five Guys is 2 hours away. Well, 45 minutes. I guess there's one.
Never mulligan a hand with double Lotus Plume, right? That's the motto. That's the motto.
We don't have Vietnamese here. Cupcakes!
It wasn't my technical problem, Altered State of Confusion. Magic Online dropped my connection. When literally everything else, including Twitch, stays connected, it's Magic Online's problem. And you should push back if they try and tell you it's your problem.
When I said fries, did you know that I wanted Popeye's fries? That was a really good... I go see why they're yelling. Bye, chat. Love you lots.
That's scary. All right, that's not a land, but it's better than a different non-land. Perfect. Temple of Enlightenment will hopefully allow us to get to a third land here or a Pact of Negation. I'm gonna bottom a Spirit Guide. I think I just want lands or Pact of Negations here. Yeah, Chrissy likes her. If she didn't like her, we wouldn't have hired her. I think you want to 4 Pented Prism 0 forever. Pented Prism's been really good today. We've like turned 3 people on more than one occasion. Also, filtering to being able to filter to black has also been useful on a number of times. God, that's bad for us. I guess I take this Ad Nauseam so that way if they counterspell this first one, we have another one to go off with. These are both coming in next turn. I think a Desperate Ritual sounds interesting, but I think you definitely want... Portillo's. Portillo's is the hot dog place you always care about. If you like sugar, you need to get a cake shake from them. I like the idea of having an extra ramp spell and like being a little bit more explosive with the deck. So like I like a 5th Spirit Guide basically, right? Alright, Altered State. You've been borderlined a bunch of times tonight. Portillo's is overhyped. You can have a 10-minute timeout for that one. Get out of here. See, Extras understands. Extras understands. To offend my fat man dessert place of choice. To defend my fat man dessert place of choice. I don't even eat meat and I love Portillo's. What's your excuse? You field of ruining me? Deal. Am I supposed to value Ad Naus here? Maybe I'm supposed to value Ad Naus in response to that. I can't combo because I don't have an Angel's Grace, but maybe I should have drawn a bunch of cards. No, it was going to my end of turn, so that makes that bad. Wow. Do they just think I have nothing because I've been passing? Maybe they think I have nothing. Maybe they think I have nothing. Actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and cast this Unlife, and if they try and interact with it, then I just Angel's Grace get them. Welcome to Thunderdome. Control opponent. Thunderdome, population us. Don't dispel me. All right, I think we came to the conclusion last time that we want to trim Pentad Prisms because they bring in Stony Silence. Issues got hit over the other creatures, or is that just the creature? That's the creature I saw other people playing, and it seems like it makes sense. Like, it's a card that makes, like, Eldrazi much worse, and it's really good against hate bears. It's like an anti-hate card that's also a quick clock on its own. Oh man, we're only two sub points away from hitting 900 sub points. Hey, Dawncaster with the $5 donation. Thank you very much for that. I do appreciate it. For Portillo's, none may defy its luscious taste. We actually just got a Portillo's here in Bloomington. It's quite excellent. We don't have to wait to go up to Chicago for it anymore. This hand's great, right? Just like double Pact of Negation Lotus Bloom just needs an ad nauseam. You're like, find an ad nauseam in a land we just can't lose. Altered State of Confusion with the $5 donation. I'll write up my band, but Portillo's... No, I'm just not even saying it. I'm just not even saying it. I refuse to read the rest of your stuff. Wrong window, chat. You're a Vim user, huh? I don't know if we can be friends anymore, Jet. You're a Vim user. TwitchBot was permanently banned. All right, thanks for the heads up, Dan. I'm gonna be honest. Hey, Vix T with the brand new tier 1 sub. Thank you very much and welcome. I do appreciate it. One sub point away from hitting that extra emote slot. Need to figure out what we're gonna do with these emote slots. Need to slot some neat things in there. I'm definitely one of those people who has to Google how do I close Vim every time I have to use Vim. It's like, all right, what's the key combination that lets me exit? Had to pay democracy since I lurk all over YouTube and Twitch. Well, thank you for chipping in. Subscribers are the reason I'm able to do what I do like I do it here. You just press the power button and hold it. Bottom Pact of Negation here. Don't need a third. Just looking for ad nauseum. Even I know it's W. I use Nano. Peace, Mac Daddy. Have a good evening. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks everyone that hung in through the pickup in Magic Online and the quick reboot there too, by the way. That's rude. The Bant tempo list is going to be fourth tonight, so 2 leagues from now. We're going to be streaming for a little while yet, so this is the last match in this league, and then we're going to play one with a Jund deck, and then we're going to play with the Bant tempo deck after that. Excuse me. Burp-a-merc. Yeah, I think I'm okay with the Serum Visions on top. Let's just dig a little bit. We're probably not winning the game for a little while anyways. You just reinstall your OS every time you get trapped in Vim. Yep, every single match we play here gets uploaded to YouTube and is available after the stream is done. Although this league probably won't get uploaded until tomorrow morning because I need to splice the videos together, which requires some post-processing work. So, things that are normally I just record. I record while I stream. Another Lotus Bloom and a Spoil. So I definitely don't want Bloom. Do I want the Spoils?
Go toys down, go toys down, go toys down.
Go toys down. Where's your mother? This is supposed to be a kid-contained stream. You've broken free of your shackles.
Hey, where my go?
Your phone's over there.
I said we could ask Daddy if we could watch Go Toys down here because...
Give him the phone and see if he'll watch it. Don't stay on the YouTube app in there. He's been pretty good about it.
This one?
Yeah. I told him that's his phone.
Is this your phone?
I think I want the Spoils.
My didn't home.
I can see this going either way.
Did you hear him? My Declan phone.
My Zero Forever. Bumping it up to a tier 2 sub. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Thanks for the upgrade. Look at that. We'll have to figure out what to use these emote
Do
slots.
you want me to make him watch it on the phone upstairs, or you really let him watch it here?
Could you take it upstairs?
Yeah. It's just Jake's watching the TV.
Yeah.
Will he watch it on the phone?
He might. I haven't tried.
Come on, let's go up.
I go down.
No, we're gonna go up.
Yeah.
You can have your phone up.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Spoils can technically let us win, right? Yeah, I think we're just top that, and we just play City of Brass here.
What do you want for dinner, baby?
Yeah, we can, once we draw the Spoils, we can say Echoing, pick the Stony up, and then Spoils for whatever, and then get them. The problem is, we're definitely at a point where, like, we could draw too many lands. So, it's 2 mana to pick this up, and then it's 1 mana to Spoils, and then it's 5 mana to Ad Nauseam, and it's 1 mana to this, so that's 2 plus 2 plus 5, it's 2 plus 2 plus 5 is 9 mana total, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so playing this island lets me have lethal. So if they activate this Field of Ruin here, I just go for it, right? Yeah, so Echoing Truth with their instep here. And I'm just fighting over these, right? Like, they only have 3 cards in their hand. All right, and then this is the last match with Ad Nauseam, and then we respond to these with this. And we'll draw for the turn just in case we draw the Ad Nauseam naturally. That's cute. All right, hopefully we don't exile our win condition here. We exiled 3 cards. Nice. We exiled Lab Maniac, actually, so that kind of sucks. Doesn't really matter, right? I guess we could have gotten Mana Leaked, huh? No, they targeted the negate at our Echoing Truth. So both their counterspells were targeting our Echoing Truth. Alright. No. Yeah, we almost got. I have a Thoughtseize in my hand, right? Just to, like, make sure the coast is clear here. They brought in Rest in Peace? That doesn't do anything. I like when they say GG's but just don't actually concede. It's like, why did you say GG's if you're gonna make me click through this? Nah, I think 2 Incons is fine. I think statistically you're fine with 2. I haven't actually run the math, but I'm assuming people that have been playing this deck for a while have run the math and concluded that 2 is fine. This deck's really sweet. This is my first time ever playing with that Nauseam, and we played 10 matches with 2 different variations. This build definitely feels better against the linear decks, but if I was expecting a lot of Jund and Blue-White and Jeskai, I think I would want to test the Glittering Wish configuration a little bit more and see how that feels. I think the Glittering Wish gives you some really nice redundancy against decks that are more disruptive. So, possible changes I would make. I genuinely don't know. A deck like this is really hard to suggest making changes on without being really experienced with it. So like I said, I definitely am still at the point where I would say I want to defer to people that are smarter than me and have more experience with the deck. I think if you know the metagame you're going into a little bit, a decision you can make is like all of these Pact of Negations main versus Leyline of Sanctities in the main, because like these are much better against other counterspell decks, but these are much better against Jund, and I think Jund's a little bit harder matchup overall. So I think if I was going into a diverse field, I would expect to play the Leylines in the main right now as opposed to the Pact of Negation. And this was the Glittering Wish build that we played. We actually played Leylines main in this build and the packs in the board. Yeah, I agree, Spellweaver. I think Legacy in its current state definitely generates worse gameplay on average than Modern in its current state. I really like Modern in its current state. It's like Bloodbraid and Jace really push the format even further towards being like this interactive sweet stuff. I really don't think cutting Pentad Prism is smart. I think this card was really impressive. And in fact, the list that Zero Forever sent us originally only had 3, and I definitely like adding another one of these. I kind of like the idea of having a ritual in the deck somewhere as like extra oomph to combo faster, so that's definitely something I would be interested in trying if I was playing this deck some more. And